Oh. Mavis.
There we go.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is very professional.
Thank you.
I don't know what I was expecting, but
Thank you. Yeah.
I usually with men I keep my expectations down,
So
like way down to basement
thank
level,
you
which is
so
where
much.
they usually
Thank you.
like to keep us.
Yes. No. Honestly, yeah, I was nervous because I was like, oh, as a man, I don't have a lot to offer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have plans.
Like, do I know you and trust you? Yes.
Thank you.
But also, did I share my location before coming here with at least 3 women? Friends?
Of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course, always.
Of course. That's why all the windows are open
Always.
and it's bright and airy. You have a route to escape if you need to.
Although your roommate looks startled as hell, not gonna lie. He was like, "Oh, female in the house."
No, we have 2 other women that live here. Yeah.
Okay, good. It's a safe space, guys.
It's a safe space. We're reporting live from a safe space, a bunker, if you will.
Do you have any pets here?
No. No. We have a kitty. We have a kitty in there, and then
kitty,
and the mice who sometimes love to visit.
Okay, so necessary kitty.
It doesn't do anything.
He's got a whole Tom
They
and Jerry.
paint its nails pink.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty pissed about it.
Is it useless? Yeah, probably.
But it's just a big ball of lint as an animal.
I love that.
Yeah, very cute.
And I was asking him about his shirt earlier when I arrived. Please show the class here. Yeah, Manilla Blunts. I just came from Manila, actually. I was there for 5 months.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to start there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good place. And then I immediately regretted coming back.
Woo!
I was like, what do you mean they brought back public or firing squad? That hit the week I got back, and I thought, oh dear.
And see, the thing is, it's like it's always every accusation is a confession. It's like the people who need to die by firing squad are the ones who made it legal. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like you the ones who need that. Everybody else is fine and deserves a fair trial. You know. I don't understand. Like the whole.
No, it's if you have money, then you deserve justice. That's how it works.
Right, and if you're broke, good riddance.
Which what up to being broke?
Yes.
Well, a little bit. You have a job. I've been just stalking stalking your life through the socials as one does. Because...
my job. Okay. So a little bit about this, and then I'll cut it because this is kind of a bit that I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
I work for white supremacy.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like I see it now. White supremacy is.
But you're in like you're in a law office or what's
several law offices.
Okay.
So I am contracted to work a bunch of different places.
Oh.
And so I'm always up in these high-rise buildings.
Yeah.
And I sit and talk with attorneys and just different cases that I'm working on. But most of the time I'm like serving food. And like I go and do a lot of the printing.
You're like a chai boy.
Exactly. I'm a step and fetch it house slave. For
a tie wearing chai boy.
Yeah, that's it. And I fetch things. I bring things. I do repairs if necessary. I'm just like this all around person.
Oh, okay.
But I've realized that white supremacy is magic. Because there's nothing else to explain why it exists.
Mm-hmm. They're really good at making people disappear.
Yes, that's contract killers. All right, now look.
That's a good. So the bit,
The bit is I've seen white supremacy is magic because it believes in itself. Check this out. When I go over a case,
you're not wrong.
When I go over a case. And I'm looking at the legal jargon, legalese, right? And I've been enough through like different trials already to like see what the arguments are, whether that were in a defense position or prosecution, right? And I look at it and it's always such complicated words. And I'm like, you could just say this, right? Like everything is, why aren't our legal arguments just like one word, like he did it? But they have to jazz it up in all this flowery language. And I realized that it's a spell and that laws are these collective spells that we just agree on because we've given it somebody, a ruler, a judge has determined that this is right. So now all of us have to agree with this precedent.
Yeah.
And it could be about the most inane shit. And it's something that it's just invisible. It's this intangible thing that we can't explain. And yet we all buy into this idea that is legal and just because there was two different parties, regardless of whether or not there was private interest investment or even backroom deals. Like I know lawyers who just talk to the judge and then they rule in their favor because they've been buddies or they have a good rapport.
And that's how life works. On how do people get most jobs, right? It's like connection.
That's how I got the job.
It's white supremacy in action.
I got the job.
It works, folks. The bad thing is it works.
And I just support this system.
It's not for you.
It's not made for you. Most people are not even involved.
Yeah. Which, side note, that like that's why like when poor people or the masses go hard or stand for billionaires, I will never understand that because you are one step closer. You're closer to, being the unhoused poor people you despise than you are, to the billionaires. But
my homeboy said it yesterday. He's like, a lot of billionaires are just doofuses. And he's like, why would
we've never been cool and always
never
cool.
Been
like,
cool, no matter how much money you have.
To the party. They've never been offered drugs freely. You know what I mean? Like we're cool. We'd be offered drugs our whole life.
Exactly. Sometimes too much.
Yeah. Well, you got drugs.
Well, hey.
Oh, you're saying I shouldn't have brought my Coke plate? Pulls it out of
all right, I have to go to work after this too. I have another.
We're comedians. We joke. It's
we coping mechanism. If you brought the Coke out on stream, we can't do that.
Of course not.
We can't do that.
Of course not.
Maybe after the stream. All right. Anyways, so okay, you wanted to come here,
yes,
and talk to me about grief,
yes.
And I think I know where this is going because we just had a holiday pass that wasn't that fun.
Yeah, Mother's Day. I never realized it's usually because like I'm divorced, just like you, right? And so we got married on a Memorial Day weekend. So like that's always been a sore date for me because I just have memories, tied to happier memories tied to that day. Very, like just naturally. But Mother's Day I don't think about. And it hit me. I feel bad. You called me. You saw right into my soul. But yet it hit me this year even harder just because my mom is very sick, unfortunately. And it's what sucks about that is when you tell someone your mom is very sick, it's never a fun subject, but you see them just sort of like
glaze over.
Like, oh well, I hope she's better, and then you're like, how do I tell them she's in fact like it's this terminal? Like
she's gonna go.
Oh, if you hated that, you're gonna buy a hat and hold on to it because you're gonna hate this next part.
Oh man.
So I have been trying to come up with bits about it, which I think is fair because I know a lot of comedians. I mean, sadly, who have like dead parent bits, and it's just as we say, it's a coping thing. But boy, do you lose the room real quick. And they're good jokes, I think, because they make me laugh through the tears. It's like because it's ALS, what my mom has, and so I like to ask the room if anyone here did that ice bucket challenge, and I'm like, clap if you did the ice bucket challenge, and then they do very excited, right? And then I stop them and I'm like, it didn't work.
No, it doesn't.
It didn't work. My mom has ALS. And then they all get real sad. I'm like, you're sad. I had to buy her a Christmas present. Good. Well, why have to buy someone a gift they're not even going to stick around long enough to use?
No.
But
that's another thing I don't talk about is after your parent dies, you like find all the shit that you gave them, and it's just kind of like stacked in a corner.
And you're like, well, do I regift? It's a
No, but then you just take your own gifts back.
Yeah, exactly. No, do I regift to myself?
Yeah.
Am I regifting?
I gave that fucking FUBU jersey to my dad in like 2003. And he died. I'm gonna still keep it.
It's still a good gift, right?
Good,
you can't use it anymore.
My money on it. So I'm gonna take it back. I got a FUBU jersey.
Dark. That's why, and I thought, I'm like, if anyone, I mean, I should have asked because it's such a heavy topic, but like, if anyone would be able to talk about grief freely,
Yes.
and in an intelligent and thoughtful and considerate way, it would be you. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Cheers
you.
to being broken.
It never heals. No,
But
I experience the horror every time I open my eyes.
yeah, no, I realized because you were asking me about the topics I wanted to cover, right? And I realized that I accidentally brought 3 topics that all circle like the exact same idea, and it's the 3 topics were going to be grief, like a little hidden history, in animals, because who doesn't love
aminals?
But basically, the what really connects all those 3 is just the idea of survival. Something we're doing.
How to get through it.
Yeah.
How to get through it. Challenges, trials and tribulations.
And to examine like what survives under pressure, what makes it through the history and through the years, what doesn't, and and what gets transformed along the way. Because man, grief is going to change you.
Yes.
Yes. For good or for bad, I think, and it's people think of grief, that this idea of grief as something that happens when the person dies, right? Something that comes at the end. But with the disease like ALS and many other, terminal long illnesses, it starts while the person is still there in the room with you, and that's been to watch my mom decay in real time. Nothing prepares you for that,
Okay, so the way it worked, my dad died of an aneurysm. Boom, gone.
Really?
Right.
And so healthy, he was complete. Like, well, I mean, he had
whatever. But just basically, boom, gone. Total shock, rip. I did not know how shattered. Like just the explosion. To describe the loss of my father, right?
Yeah.
As somebody I was, very close with. And not being able to say goodbye.
Jesus. Yeah.
Then I spent almost a year saying goodbye to my mom when she was diagnosed with cancer.
Which people will tell you it's a privilege. It is a privilege to be able to say goodbye. Yep. And you've experienced both sides of the coin. So
yeah, but this was like the 3rd time she was through it. So then you're like Jesus fuck.
Just were you at the and suffer? Was she in pain and suffering
the entire fucking time?
Fucking shit.
And it's just and she just held it like a champ.
Yeah.
And my mom never wavered. We still could laugh, but you couldn't make her laugh that hard. She'd start coughing. Yeah. And then all the sutures like that were in her thing would you couldn't make her laugh hard, and she would literally split apart. Which
is a problem for comedians,
and
man.
It's you forget how funny I am when it's I could kill my mom.
Yeah, no. One of my for real. I cannot I'm so glad because I was just with my mom for 5 months in the Philippines, and I almost killed her being funny because she's experiencing part of the symptoms of ALS is you start losing all use of muscles, including your throat muscles. So she was having dysphagia and has trouble swallowing, and she was eating a little snack, and I cracked a funny joke and she just started choking, and I thought, I am going to I gotta just dial it back, guys.
My mom killed my dad then.
Really?
My mom made my dad laugh, and then he cocked his head back in laughter, and that's what broke the blood vessel. And my mom she killed that day.
And you're just chasing that. You're trying to chase the same.
And it's and so he was just boom. And then for my mom, it was just you're right. I was laying on the floor one time. She was already way past the Terminal 4.
Yeah.
It was just like an airport. We're like a Terminal 7 at this point.
That's good. Wait, do you write that down? If that's not,
the bits. It's
the bits.
What are we talking about here? Are we digging? No, it's been pretty well done. And fucking she literally, we were dead silence, and my sisters went to bed. My brother was in the other room, and I'm on the floor, and she goes, "I'm gonna be dead soon." I'm like, mom. You're just like, do you want to rush this? Like, it's not. It's just, she was fun the entire time through the whole thing. So
that's you gotta. your roommate doesn't know she just walked in through. It's okay. We're only talking about dead mom and dying mom, not any serious stuff. She's like, sorry. I'm like, it's okay. To be fair, before I came, you did say if we wanted to, we could scream into the void.
Yes,
at
we
any
could.
time.
We could. Yeah, whenever that's necessary.
Yeah,
we'll just do it for the latter. We'll like time it out.
Can I ask what the how long it was between your dad passing and your mom passing?
Dad died in 2015.
Yeah.
Lost mom in 2024.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a cool minute. In between.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take away, but so with you mom, right?
Yes.
ALS.
She was diagnosed 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And
so
with ALS,
taken such a long time.
Well, ALS, the average lifespan of someone who gets diagnosed with ALS is 2 years.
Okay.
So
we're in the stretch.
Yeah, and it's been like she's now losing the ability to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, not to be like we're always joking, but like teenage me, I'm like, kids. Now what? Now you can't talk back at me now. Now what?
Who's winning the argument now?
Right now, I'm like, please talk back. Please talk back.
Oh, I know.
Dude, she bought me the dress she wants me to wear to her funeral.
Dark.
Like that is dark and also controlling.
Still trying to get you.
She was a producer. Her like background was always in like children's or in television producing, and she was a producer of the Philippine version of Sesame Street.
That's really cool.
Batibot. Yeah,
that's really cool.
So we had to sit down, my two brothers and I, before we left. We had to like sit down and talk to her about what she wants for her funeral and ask like what kind of flowers she wants and all that. And she wants to call it her final production, which is like. Yep. And she wants us to say at the end, that's a wrap. Which is, so like, but to ask, then I, of course, snarky me, I was like, and are there, is there anyone that you don't want at your funeral, Mom? My brothers were like, why are you? I'm like, if it were me, what? Wouldn't you?
We did it.
I don't want to be haunted by my mother because of some third cousin who, took her, stole her. Yeah, these are important questions. But again, also, it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to have these conversations with your loved ones.
You know how weird it is when it's like, I didn't have a big problem with the person, but my sisters do.
Oh.
And then I was like, yeah, but they had that fight, and like Mom was in the wrong on that one.
you're like setting back objectively.
Mom was being kind of a bitch during that.
Taking Mom's side is not going to bring her back. In
this No, I got it. But it's like but I have to argue with them on Facebook. All right, so that's you're not invited. I have to send that message, not you guys.
Did it put a strain, like your mom's illness put a strain on your
siblings?
Because the tensions ran high, dude. We're always on. Yeah, we're on just high. I'm like because it's tough. I think it's tough.
I gave up executor of the will because I'm the oldest.
Yeah,
I gave it up to my younger sister. Because she sacrificed her time and took care of my mom since I was out here.
Because of proximity, she was.
She had to go and do that, that left. She grew up quick in terms of her responsibility.
That age is,
and that's also crazy because her and my mom fought the most out of all the siblings.
Guilt is a big thing. No.
But then also thinking that never mind. I can't say what I was going to say before, but like just the tension. But they worked it out.
Yeah.
But my sister was responsible primarily for taking care of my mom. And I remember we were leaving, I think, a Chinese buffet when we had the last conversation about who was going to stay. And my sisters wanted me to come back. And I was like, I'm a fucking retard. There is no way I could take care of my mom the way my sister did. And understanding everything.
At least you know your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And because at least you weren't so proud that you're like, I could fucking do it. Because it is.
No, but I would have never been able to come back.
Yeah.
I would have been, that would have been it.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking selfishly about like, how am I going to survive out here? Because I can't survive back in Albany. I'd probably kill myself. There would be no way I could go home and live in the hinterlands and be invisible. And taking care of my ailing mother. I would be very destructive. And it would have been a wrap. And so my sister, God bless her, rose to the challenge and was able to do everything and take care of my mother peacefully until she passed, choking on horrendous amounts of green bile that were coming out of her like The Exorcist.
Did you get to watch that?
No, I got back.
Oh my fucking God.
I got back and I saw my mother already in rigor mortis.
That's, how do you even, how do you even, were you smoking a lot of weed? Because I'm self-medicating heavily with weed because I'm like, I know I shouldn't smoke as much, but you know, I'm an overthinker. How could you not sit up at night just going through all of those things? Like,
besides having a coke problem for about 3 years, I'm good now. Actually, insane amount of drug abuse for about 3 years. To then kind of working through it with, I'm still processing because I still feel that weed like holds you back to a certain degree.
Yeah, the lack of clarity,
but then you realize I'm so neurotic without smoking. Like I need to chill. Like I just need to chill, and like it's a great break from being a weirdo.
Yeah,
because I am bopping all over the wall, dude.
I wake up. Yeah, I used to like exes used to get annoyed with me because
so
I wake
annoying.
Up like good.
It's a fucking show.
Then, but you know, I think it's kind of it's a nice thing too. Some people wake up miserable cunts.
Also,
you know what I mean? Right. And so
I have to jumpstart my day with some joy, or I will be miserable. I use my funny to just get through the day. That's it, because everything is so horrible. Everything is, as soon as you put your phone up, you're like, and then you put it down.
Oh my God. And I met a girl the other day. It was a friend's friend, right? It was like after the improv class or whatever. And she mentioned how I'm just not political and I don't look at any of that and stuff. And I thought, and I literally went, oh, I see dead babies on my feet every day, dude. Every day. And it's a privilege, you know, I keep saying that, but like, it's that you're, how do you just want to bury your head in the sand? It's not easy. I'm not saying doom scrolling is the answer, but like complete ignorance, I don't know.
Okay. I want to still stay on
because
the tendency to move into it's just I've run out of words to describe whatever this is, right? So going back to, let's talk.
So ALS, okay. And I was so for those of you who don't know what ALS is, right? It's I can never remember. It's amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, and it's a neurodegenerative disease that targets her motor neurons, which is basically like the signal wires that send from the brain to the rest of the muscles. Actually, when I was getting massaged in the Philippines, I was explaining to the masajista, we call them, what was wrong with my mom and telling her about ALS. And in Tagalog, I said her muscles we're gone, we're going. And in Tagalog, she asked me back, like, but where did they go? I was like, what? She said, yeah, where did they just go though? And I said, well, they didn't send a postcard. Like,
you just hopped out of body and walked out the door, and you're like, what?
But
that doesn't make any sense.
It's such a cruel disease because your physical stuff goes right, the body goes, but the mind mostly stays intact, and you know, you can like feel pain and things like that. So like, it's not like she becomes desensitized still. She's becoming trapped. That's why they often call it like the disappearing disease, I think, because your body is just disappearing on you, which is so cruel. Like she can't even, you know, she's got an itch on her face or a little hair in her eye. She can't. No, and she's like, it's been. So that's difficult because you have to be so strong. You have, because I'd be pissed off. I get pissed off when I stub my toe. I couldn't even imagine the patience it would take. And she does, have her moments. Like she'd be like, "Hey, I dreamt one morning." She was like, I dreamt, I think, that I bit one of my caregivers, and I went, "Oh no, Mom! Oh no!" And she's like, "I think it was a dream." And I said, "Well, why did you bite her?" She said, "She just kept like reaching across, like in bed, just reaching across my mom." And my mom was so annoyed, couldn't do anything, and it's hard for her to talk at this point, so she just, bit. And then I thought, oh dear, we mustn't do that. But like when you have not, when you were reverting back to sort of almost like a childlike state with stuff. So and the thing with, I made my little notes here, but like the thing with grief is that like humans are wired to understand endings.
Yeah.
Not erosion, right? So funerals, like it's hard, difficult,
because you're just like the series is taking a long time to wrap.
It is.
What the fuck
it is? Yeah, it is. It's gone on, right?
One Piece.
We're not built for like an ongoing adaptation, like of slow decline. You're constantly having.
This is Game of Thrones season 8. We could have shortened this up.
Every time I'm like, okay, all right, yep, no, now we're okay. We're not. We've wrapped the mind around the fact that Mom can't. Oh, okay, now she can't move her arm. And then I'm like, okay, Mom can't move her arms, or she can't walk. Okay, well, now she can't talk and swallow stuff. It's like it's a marathon of pain and suffering, and humans are just not built to deal with that.
So when there would be emergency calls throughout 2023, I got the improv mic. So this is how it worked, right? I passed it the Tuesday. I did the Wednesday one.
Yeah.
Right? So whatever the showcase is on the Wednesday, I'm about to go up. I'm in the hole. My sister calls me, and Mom's got cats. Like just fucking unloaded on me.
Yep.
And
probably done
so that. Now finding out about how horrendous it was, because I remember when my mom couldn't poop anymore. There was a moment for that. That was one emergency, and she was like, "Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks. I haven't really pooped."
That'll kill you, man.
And we're like, "Wait a minute. What do you mean you haven't pooped in 3 weeks?" She was like, "Well, I've just been kind of walking around, just doing stuff." We're like, "Oh, maybe we should get that checked out." And then it was just like, "Oh, I have to get a little bag or whatever, because the tumor is pretty big." And we're like, "Oh, okay." And then it's just got worse and worse, and just the steady stream of communication of just like, "What is it today?" And I remember it was getting down to the wire, and my mom had lost a ton of weight, because when the first diagnosis happens, like, you're like, "Oh, okay." And then my sister would send me pictures, and then my mom, because my mom had chubby cheeks.
Yeah, they'd swell, right?
No, that's the way she was built. All right. So cute. Here, stop it. All right. And then
you're like, that shit's genetic.
Well, we all get them from somewhere. And then she was just like, and then I would see like the loss of like gauntness.
Yeah.
And then more lines would show up.
Yeah.
And we would FaceTime, and she'd be like, "I'm feeling a little tired. I'll call you later." And I was like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
And it just
the erosion.
Yeah, you're totally correct in just that. You're mourning as soon as you get the diagnosis.
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Oh shit." And then that time goes by so fast. Yeah. The moment you're in right now is a blip.
It's
because you still have to exist afterwards.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and and people will be like, you're so strong. Or
It's the gayest thing.
I always hate it because they're like, "You're such a good daughter," and in my head, I'm like, "I am baked out of my mind right now." As you tell me that, I'm like, which doesn't mean I still can't be a good daughter, but like I feel like you get imposter syndrome too, because you're like, I know I could do better. I know, do I feel bad that I'm not for our age hella successful to the point where I can fund all of my mom's medical expenses, which are hemorrhaging, like it's just so you mourn so many things, and then they do say, they're like, but it's only going to get worse. Mm-hmm. So hell no, I'm not quitting weed right now.
No,
sponsor us.
No, don't.
If weed people sponsor us.
Yeah. I don't even care anymore. Why the fuck would I sell out to advertisers?
Yeah.
There's I'm not a fucking capitalist. I don't give a shit. I don't care anymore. And it's the thing is like when somebody's like, "You're strong," it's like, well, I'm not taking care of my dying mother because I gotta go. This is so stupid and so like I don't know. This is the only thing I want to do. And my mom told me before, like all this, she's like, just be, go.
Yeah.
Go, live. Don't worry about
it. Like I would feel so guilty. I wouldn't.
My mom was the most unselfish person.
Yeah, you do. Every time I would step out of the house and not be with her, I immediately was like, what am I doing? Not just, I should be at home. But then you can't be. That's unrealistic. You cannot give everything all the time and have it not take already a huge chunk.
We get arguments on the phone. Like, why are we doing that? Why would you want me to be around? It's just negging me the whole time. My mom was just so good at that.
Yeah, that was crazy with my mom. Is like when she would choose to say some crazy shit, I would be like, this woman's losing the ability to speak, and yet
she's still talking shit.
And yet she chooses. It's difficult for her to talk, and she's choosing
to say that you only have a certain amount of words left, bitch. God damn it.
Yeah, that's like, I don't need material right now, Mom. Or like a reason to cry.
Right.
Okay, plenty.
My mom would pick up the phone. Are you exercising?
What the fuck? No way.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Chain smoking. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I had a friend who she was a stand-up comedian, and she had a joke about a friend of hers who died. His mom died, and after her mom died, she like went on a scale to weigh herself. My friend was like, "Have you not been through enough? Why are you weighing yourself?
Don't do that."
What? Just like dating right now. I'm not trying to.
Are we going to go into that topic?
Well, no.
I thought we were going to move on.
We will
move from grief.
Yes.
Go into your next topic.
Okay.
Just to stay on track.
Okay. What's the time?
Because we're dating again. You're opening a can of worms.
Yeah, it is.
Of open mic bingo. All right.
Yeah.
You can't do open mic bingo on the podcast.
Yeah, and we're we started. Yeah, we're 45 minutes in.
No, we're motoring.
That's
why I make this a 2-hour block.
We speak good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just see. Grief.
Is there any other points you wanted to address?
Oh, actually, yes. Okay, there's something called anticipatory grief, which is the clinical experience of mourning someone before they are gone. So It's exactly what we were talking about where you hold hope, dread, exhaustion, adaptation, and love in your hands, like all at once. And no one's meant to function with all those tabs open, those heavy major tabs open all at once.
Yeah, but with enough, you just fucking fast forward to acceptance.
You're like, who am I? Yeah, and then the shitty financial thing, because it really does. We had to sell our home. I had to sell my family home. It's costing $10+ grand a month. Yeah, my mom needs 4 caregivers a day. They don't.
Your mom needs like almost a full basketball team. Just. It's a bit. What is it? Wasn't another sport? It's like curlers.
Wait, that's really good. Yeah. Wait, I do enjoy that.
Uh-huh. There's no way I cannot cope without trying to make a fucked up situation funny.
It's the way we do. Well, was there anything about grief that surprised you about like when you were grieving? And how it shows up in your everyday life, whether like, I don't know, are you
okay, so
did you accept it or did you shove it down? Were you like, I don't want to? Did you hide from it?
There was a lot of things happening all at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. So overshare. Yay.
Humans. Human connection.
And I guess it can probably cross into dating and men suck, but like the whole thing is just like I was quote unquote polyamorous at the time.
Oh.
Right. And
I'm kidding.
Yes. You know, that was one of the last things my mom called me before.
No. Oh my gosh.
Because I said polyamorous. I was like, we had Thanksgiving. I was like, Mom, I'm polyamorous. She's like, yeah, we know you're a slut.
Roasted.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, because my brothers, I would bring home a new girl like every Thanksgiving. Like that was how ridiculous I was, right? Like, and my mom would just be like, and they'd be so cool with it too. Yeah. Like my family was so chill. Oh. Yeah. Oh, so what do you do? What do you? Oh, that's really nice. It's not being like, is she gonna make it to the next one? And if they did, my mom, oh, you made it! Like it's so fucked up.
Is this the same one from
No, yeah, we had to clarify. We had to give them a briefing. Everybody's get their fucking dossiers before we have dinner.
Yeah. That's smooth.
Yeah. No, so, what did I discover about grieving? My mom was such a beautiful person and she didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
But it just, everything that happened, but just was like, what the fuck? Like, why is disease like cancer so unstoppable? And it could just take somebody who didn't do anything to anybody, right? And the indication of how it metastasized so quickly, it like literally, and the way we had to see it was through the MRI, and nothing can prepare you for being able to stare at your mother's anatomy when she had literally the size of a volleyball like in her uterus, and everything.
The pain she must have been in, man. Oh my god, because I had a tumor on one of my it was the size of a grapefruit.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, and I would be like vomiting from pain. Yeah. You're just like, nah.
But my mom, I don't know how she kept her. She was very delicate. She was very Victorian in her kind of way she'd present herself. Yeah. And my mom was classy, very refined, always had a little sash or a little thing just to like be put together. She was a silly hat girl, you know. And my mom just maintained her beauty. I knew it was bad because the last moment I had I really saw her alive. We were at a Korean restaurant in Troy, New York, which is about as diverse as it can get over there. And we're eating fucking soup, and my mom's tooth broke out, and it just kind of fell, and she like held it in her hand, and I realized her hand was so thin. Yeah. At that point, and you just go, oh, okay. Yeah. Like that's what like, there's nothing. Because the same thing with like you realize her abilities and everything, she's just deteriorating. Yeah. In front of you. You're like, holy fuck.
I had to look into my mom's eyes, and as she's choking, and swipe my fucking finger in the back of her throat and try to swipe the food out. She's, you know what I mean? Like and thank God I didn't have these nails. I don't know how these are vanity would have been like,
why you slough off her uvula or whatever the fuck it's called. You get one stuck in there and you're like, oh fuck.
You just don't. And then she like choked so hard she pissed herself. You know, like you can't. And then you're holding her there trying to it's just it's rough.
Yeah, dude. It's rough.
It is rough. Yeah. And there's nothing, again, drugs. my older brother and I were talking. He was like, I don't understand how people don't smoke weed or do drugs. Like, there must be healthier ways, obviously, but in times like this, it's how do you be fully feeling stuff when you're going through such heavy emotions and heavy shit. Nah.
My brother's really into ketamine, and he's schizophrenic. And then my sister's one who took care of my mom is now a New York City debutante.
Yeah.
She married rich and white. That's who's taking care of the house.
Yeah. Does ketamine is it known to help with
yes,
with schizophrenia? I've never.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
That have you done ketamine?
I have, but I didn't.
Have you ever K-holed?
I have. It's really bad because I'm like, we're not taking it with us. Okay, let's just do a huge fucking mom before we leave the house kind of thing. And then in the Uber, I'm like, why? Yeah, I guess I live in this Uber now.
Yeah, this is my home. I didn't know you existed this whole time. Yeah,
I've been in such a K-hole that at like the club downtown or whatever, the security guy came over and he's like, I just want to make sure you're okay because like I've been watching you and all your friends have stood up, dance or cheer. You've just been sitting there. I was holding the railing like
I just fucking ripped it.
And I went, yeah, I'm fine. And then we walked away. I forced myself to just fist pump for like 5 minutes. So he'd be like, she's fine.
He's okay.
Fist pumping.
And not even on beat.
Yeah.
You get it every other one. Yeah. Look at her doing her best.
I'm like, sir, I assure you, I am the least problematic person right now in this club. There's got to be some girl.
Literally just push me over. I have nothing.
It's a peaceful chaos.
Yeah. And then both of my sisters, my New York City sister is just, I think, full blown, just drinking. Yeah. Like, and that's fine. She deserves it. But she's a cocktail girl, right? But she's drinking all the time. And then my baby sister is a bartender and she smokes more weed. She smokes weed like cigarettes. Every time I call her or FaceTime her, she's just taking a bong rip. Just
Dude, I smoke gravity bongs too. So it's like
more power to you, just knocking yourself the fuck out. You know? And and I'm out. My way of coping with grief has just been creating shit.
Yeah.
And doing shit like this.
But that's a healthy outlet.
Right.
More power to you.
I don't understand the male loneliness epidemic because I have like too many friends. I do too much shit.
Yeah, you go to after hours, dude. Yeah. You got a lot.
I got a lot going on. Yeah. So I haven't really been hitting the after because I've been working so much. Yeah. But like, I miss it.
You could if you wanted to.
If I wanted to.
It's there. Yeah. It's there.
It's always there.
I forgot my little book over there. Hold on.
Yes, we're gonna move. We're gonna
transitioning to the next thing. So this is a little fun hidden piece of Asian American history. You guys didn't think you're going to learn today, besides our vices and our trauma. But I am shifting to. Do y'all know what the Spanish? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about. Okay, we're going to talk about the Manila galleon trade and something called the Manilla Men of St. Malo. So I'm half Filipino. I was born in the Philippines, very proudly so, but half English as well. And I don't know. I've just been revisiting stories about, I guess, survival and things like that during this time. And in 2013, my older brother, Chris, he illustrated this graphic novel, which was written. The stories of it were written by an Irish Greek writer who traveled to St. Malo, which is like Louisiana. Started by during the Spanish trade. For 250 years, the Spanish facilitated trade routes. They connected Asia and the Americas.
Sure.
And Filipinos were enslaved,
right.
working in the colonial, in the colonizer sense. But they, a group of them, when the ships got close to the Americas, jumped ship and swam and found somewhere marshlands in Louisiana, which were impossible for the Spanish to come retrieve them. And they created a whole community and built houses on stilts. And
was there women with them or just men?
So that's the thing. There were no women. There were no women because they didn't think that it was fair to force women to live under such harsh and brutal conditions.
Sure, of course.
There were 2 women known to have lived in that community. One was the wife of one of the men, and she moved after he passed on.
Was she white?
I don't think so. There was only one white guy there, and he was the ship's carpenter.
Okay.
And they called him the maestro. And he spoke their language, and he also acted as a sort of priest on Sundays, and he kept time. But they
created a village there.
Yep, they were. So ships that were crewed by Filipino sailors working under brutal conditions, many of them looked at the coast of the Americas and jumped ship and then completely vanished.
So like how many people jumped ship?
I don't know the exact number, but they built these houses and these stilt houses over the water.
I've watched those videos of the 2 little brown guys building shit from bamboo and stuff.
Yeah,
right. But they do it in a couple days. Like they can knock out a full hotel.
That's
in a couple of days with some sticks and rocks. It's like if there was like more than 3 Filipino guys, I'm pretty sure they could build it. They built a fucking village.
They existed for like 100 years too. Yeah. That's the thing. And what's funny is they like looked at it was such harsh in such a harsh exacting environment, like malaria, humidity, just swamplands. But to them, they're like, hey, this feels like home.
It's the same thing.
We got this.
Well, I wonder how it doesn't match on the map if it's at the same latitude.
I wonder about that. Yeah, I hadn't decided to.
Tropical climate, it's always in the same kind of belt.
Yeah. So in 1883, there was a journalist, an Irish-Greek journalist, Lafcadio Hearn, who then later moved to Japan and became known by his name, Koizumi Yakumo.
Interesting.
And he was known for like his Japanese folklore, scary stories type of thing. But he went as part of Harper's Weekly, the magazine Harper's Bazaar. He went and wrote an article about it, and my brother illustrated along with the writing, but he never released it. I think it was like a group project. My dad wrote the introduction, so because I'm getting very like nostalgic these days, I revisited some stuff, and it's crazy just because there's so many things omitted from American history, not just American history, but history in general, that were just erased or not covered. Now that they did get completely destroyed, wiped out by hurricanes.
What's interesting is what qualifies as history.
Yes, exactly.
Because what we deem as like a narrative of the past usually consists of like battles and fighting and wars that like signify like mass death, like this era, like the Trail of Tears. Like it's nothing of describing like anything else besides those things. Like for instance, like the Civil War. There was a lot going on, probably because we're like in the middle of the Iran war, like this moment in time. That it doesn't really signify anything that we're doing as a history. But it's like this movement that took a lot of people is now how we're labeling this period of time. And it's just so arbitrary, like this is the Trumpian era. Like it's as sad as it. He is the current zeitgeist person, the like if you name people who were able to impact the world, sadly, this is the moment.
He likes his name on things, and he did good. You know, he loves his name on buildings, loves his name on.
And as sick and as twisted as all of it is, it's kind of just like, fuck it. That's exactly what this period of time is, because there's nothing else of significance. That is it the age of peace?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is the age of outrageous corporate profits? Yes. But like, for who? Who does that benefit? Right? Like, there's nothing that makes this period of time actually sound good, even if we're kind of okay. Like, you know, it's like, you were alive during the civil rights movement, and you're like, that I bet there's a bunch of people just doing regular shit.
Like, not to, you know, woe is us, sad millennial, but like, dude, we've been through a lot. Like 9/11 was a lot already.
I didn't even give a fuck during 9/11, to be honest with you.
See, you could like,
I didn't give a fuck. None of us gave a fuck.
Yeah.
We pretended to give a fuck.
I mean, we were personally affected because we were close enough to, like, in Greenwich, like, we were close enough that like everyone's dad worked or like their parents all worked in the city, or we
had a friend who was the floor manager of the Merrill Lynch offices, the North Tower, whatever the fuck.
We went to a friend's house after school, waiting for his dad to call, and his dad never, because his dad worked on the tower, but his dad never called. But like, that's and it was still not as heavy as, I mean, it's still heavy, but like still not something one should really experience in one's lifetime. And then certainly doesn't prepare you for any of this other shit that's going on.
Yeah, but like, going back to it, and you find out everything behind 9/11, you're like, well, Israel did it, and you're like, oh, well, no, that's why.
Oh my God, we're not allowed. Let's just say that. Yeah.
No, like, you find out, that like,
you know, that is a real conspiracy.
It's just so, you know, and then I'm just resentful of the fact that like my Muslim best friend was completely ridiculed and called.
Yeah. Did they beat up the cashiers who worked at 7-Eleven? Like, that was the response. And people were gung-ho and okay with it.
Like, those guys are Indonesian. Like, they have nothing to do with
it. That's like hating China.
Yeah.
But then going around to the what the fuck are those Panda Expresses and beating up the workers there? It's like, that's not what's going on.
He's from Guatemala.
Don't beat up the guy who's just clocking in for work, the one who has nothing to do with it.
Well, sorry.
No, what are you eating?
It's a mint.
Oh, no edibles.
Not right now.
No, we're good.
I just brought a big drug tray down.
Everyone has a drug. Every sensible person I know has a drug box of some sort.
No, I don't have. I left it upstairs. But I do have snacks after. If you're snacks. So yeah.
We were talking about erasure in history and
what counts as history.
Yeah.
Because there is such like resistance movements that have happened all over the world that were able to escape whatever enslavement or colonialism was going on at the time. Like, you know, like the villages in Brazil, you know, of like runaway slaves developing their own society, or like, you know, how Ethiopia kicked the shit out of Italy during World War II.
Yeah.
You know? And then even the Vietnam War, of like, we lost that one.
But like, look at the way they even portray the world wars. You know what I mean? So many Americans, and because of the propaganda and the way the movies are and they teach you in history books, would tell you that it was America that won the war. You know,
and like, no, the Soviet Union.
Yeah, it was Russia. Yeah, it was like, you know, it was so. I mean, I wish I did have. Kind of wish you had those conspiracy theory friends when you were children. You only have conspiracy theory friends as adults, but we need them as kids, because it's like, man, Santa's not real, and you're like, come on, that's the closest you would get to a childhood friend or kid conspiracy theorist.
I was that kid.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
See, more of you, Brennan.
Yeah, no, I was that kid.
Like what? Give us examples.
I was on.
Did you tell kids Santa wasn't real?
I wasn't like a
You
dickhead
weren't.
about it. Yeah, I wasn't like, I know everything. Like I didn't. Well, I knew about like the Bilderberg Group and the Trilateral Commission, and like as soon as everything like kind of broke down, I was like, well, what about the Council of Foreign Relations and understanding like the roots of Freemasonry and going. Like I was into that shit super hard. I was into conspiracy theories because my uncle, my mom's brother, was yelling at us about aliens in 1994.
That was going to be my next question. Like, how do you get into? Because you have to be introduced. Like you don't.
Roswell, and then the Roswell thing happened, and they're like, the government doesn't want to talk about it, and then you like get keyed off about that, and then
which is now such a telling thing because you're like, oh, why does the government now want to talk about it? Distractions, bread and circuses. They're like, oh, by the way, aliens.
Well, then it's the other thing of saying, I'm at this point right now of I'm deconstructing the reality that's been sold to us.
Yeah.
Right. And just
you're unfucking your mind.
Yeah, I don't believe in capitalism as a thing. It's all this invisible forces and energy transfer and sucking and the even like the what's it called, the eschatology of like what angels are, what demons are, what higher dimensional beings are versus like all the what spirits were back in the day, and then how humans were able to explain their reality through mythology, and then like us thinking that science isn't just a mythology that we're pulling out of our ass, like,
and how throughout cultures across the globe there are repeating stories in mythology, same
thing,
same
right. And to explain whatever consciousness is and our ability to observe information from our surrounding environment and being like, oh, we can construct our own realities and and like, and I guess it's just all of that is just so overwhelming. I don't want to get back to our topic.
I know.
Which is the Manilla Men of St. Malo and resistance factions and people self-determining their own reality.
Yeah. And
separate from the larger colonial narrative of white supremacy.
Look at that. Damn.
All right. And the Manilla Men, is this widely published?
No, he just did it for, but no one really talks about it. And I was just reminded of it because I was looking through my bookshelves and I thought that'd be a nice topic. Let's get a little bit historical. And then again, tied nicely into the idea of survival, and because they're just really trying to live, but they were able to preserve the Filipino culture quite a bit, and in the food they ate, and in the
so it lasted for 100 years,
and then got wiped out in 1915, I think, by some sort of racist 1915. St. Malo and the Filipino community were totally destroyed by the storm surge of a devastating hurricane / typhoon that struck the New Orleans area.
Yep, natural disasters. That's something you can't even really be upset with.
No, but they governed themselves and kept their existence secret. Like, that's cool as shit, because it is harsh, brutal environments, but you have freedom. You have total freedom. No women.
No women. Hasn't stopped men before.
Yeah, but they were able to live fairly.
Yeah.
A civilized existence.
I bet they found dope ass food. I bet they were able to figure out.
They were trappers and crabbers.
And then trading for the necessary resources from other people.
And there was one instance of one man trying to kill another man. And what the village did was they tied him up. They tied the attempted murderer up on a stake in the middle of a swamp, left him there overnight. And when they woke up in the morning, he was left out there, so alligators and
tore him.
And imagine, just that's a kind of badass way to to go. You're just left overnight. Mosquitoes, God knows what other type of swamp creatures are in the marshlands.
Holy
just like
shit.
yeah,
just feeding on you.
Yeah, crabs. Probably started with crabs just nibbling at your toes. And then...
See, the one thing about not primitive, fuck that one thing about living in a society where survival is of utmost importance, disrupting that and the harsh punishments that usually are incurred with that, and then also the undiagnosed mental illness of a group of men who haven't been in society that long.
Yeah.
Things get
Lord of the Flies.
Things get tribal real quickly.
Yep.
And I think this can go into like a discussion of why men are so dangerous. And survivability is one thing, but the caveat of that is then the penchants for violence, even within civilized society, because you can take the man out of the animal, but you can't take the animal out of the man. That sounds stupid.
No, but it's not inherent, but it's something within men that, because they've shown that put a group of men together or group of boys together in a room or wherever, somewhere isolated, and have them form their own little system, and they will do it differently from women. If you put a group of girls together and...
Are you talking about Survivor, the new series?
Would you ever go on Survivor?
Fuck no.
Yeah, I mean, besides it being like a really good diet,
I guess.
Starvation.
I'll get trim. I guess. Yeah.
I wouldn't go on Survivor because it would make me hate rice for the rest of my life, because it's all you get, and as an Asian, I could not.
That's enough. I need to diversify my palate.
But they're on season 40 of Survivor. Like, they really leaned hard into the name.
You survived, dude. Now it just seems like it's long form torture. How do we drive these people insane?
Yeah,
by giving them just enough to stay alive.
Yeah, that host is in mourning the whole time.
I think those producers are sick people.
Yeah. Rich, very rich. They film a lot of it, or some, seasons of it in the Philippines, because they just take over a whole island.
Right.
And we have over 7,000 of them. So
you can pick one. Yeah, there's plenty over there. A bunch of people died in this one. On to the next one. Yeah. Okay. And so you wanted to do your last segment on aminals.
Okay, because we have this like theme, right? The overarching theme, and survival. We were talking about survival and how really in nature and in it's the only thing that matters. And even in nature, evolution is just the same problem being solved over and over again in weird ways. So I wanted to do like a very objective scientific ranking of the Earth's best animals. Yeah. So I wore a little cat shirt. Anyone who knows me and who can smell me and probably see all the cat hair. I've got 4 cats. That's so cool. Already she biased. She's a bias. It's okay. I love. That's why I asked about the tattoo.
Right? Yeah, she's not toxic. She is toxoplasmosis.
That's good. I like that.
That's right.
To take that one.
Yeah, that's good. You have it.
Okay.
For free.
Yay.
Yeah. Well.
No, so okay, we're gonna do it off of the criteria.
Cat piss queen.
I've created. Every time I get in an Uber, seriously, I'll be like, "So, how's your day going?" They do small chat or whatever, and as soon as I deem it safe, I go, "Excuse me, sir. Weird question, but like, do I smell like cat pee?" And usually they'll be like, "No, you smell like expensive perfume and weed." Hey. But there was one or twice that the guy's like, "Yeah, a little bit." That's so bad. I'm like, well, because you get nose blindness, right?
Exactly. Of course.
God, I mean, I shower all the time.
That's good, but do they? 4 fucking cats.
Yeah, they take
That's fine.
They take over. Whatever. It was.
My brother has 4 cats. I know exactly what that's like.
It was after a really bad breakup.
Yeah.
And the place, the like animal shelter I was volunteering at, called me, and they're like,
too much cuteness.
We have 4 kittens that we just found downtown in a box, and they're gonna get put down if no one takes them. And I'm like, yeah, sure. They were like a week old and all fit into one, tiny little box thing. And I took them home. And when I'm considered a foster failure because I didn't rehome them. I didn't give, but like they will have forever homes and will forever be spoiled. So what the fuck? Get out of there with failure.
Yeah, that's fine.
They are winning.
Yeah, they're having a great time, actually.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I'm a foster fun mom. Okay.
If you want to call me a failure in every other facet of my life, then sure,
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
But those cats are spoiled.
Yeah.
They will have an inheritance. Did you grow up with animals or pets?
Shit tons. Okay, so my we were basically
in Albany.
We were like Dr. Dolittle. When I was born, we had 2 dogs. Those 2 dogs died because they were like 25. I don't know how old they were. And then we got kitties. We had my first cat was Oliver, because I really love the Oliver and Company movie, which you watch in hindsight. It's kind of crazy.
Why should I worry? Oh shit! I have not thought about that. And memories are flooding. I know what I'm gonna watch tonight.
Yeah, great song.
Wait, who was the actor in that? Not Clint. Who was the guy who did the voice? The dog. There was like a scene where
it was like Dennis Quaid
or something. Yeah,
so good.
Yeah,
very underrated Disney. But Oliver, and then we had Sammy. Sammy was black. She was a slut. Had 2 other babies. Those babies went to my neighbors. We had Sylvester and then Dream.
You can say that because he's black and also a slut.
Yeah, black slut. That's what you're like.
A little bit.
A little black slut. And then we even knew who the baby daddy was. He was just a tramp kitty up in the hill. He ain't shit. Baby daddy ain't shit, Sammy.
Did you get knocked up by the hill cat?
The hill cat?
No,
fuck. Why you gotta be such a slut? And then we got Frankie.
Oh,
and
Frankie,
then Frankie
those
was
are all
dog.
solid names
Yeah.
for dogs, by the way.
Frankie, dope dog. And then we had a couple hamsters, which were psychotic and ate their own children.
Oh, I had a couple of those.
We got gerbils. One of them died in a wall. And then
died in a wall.
Yeah.
Oh, not because someone threw him against the wall. I pictured you being like,
no, it just got out and then died in the wall, and then that was nuts.
Oh.
And then we had a bird in which one of my cats, Orange Julius.
No way, that is such a good name.
Orange Julius.
Did they have those here in the because we had them in the Philippines? That's the only way. No, Orange Julius.
Oh yeah.
Is this an American thing also?
Not in California, I think.
Yeah, you're talking about
the juice bar
where they definitely put milk powder in it to make it like that, it was so fucking
good. So Orange Julius, and then he slit we got a canary, and we got 2 canaries, and then one of them died, and the wife lived on, and then the cat went in and slit its throat with one claw.
Stop.
Just
like assassin style.
Yeah, Orange Julius just got it in. It was just like whap, and the bird is fucking
like Petey from for what's that, the one with my brain, Dumb and Dumber, with pretty bird. He's just sitting there without a head.
Yeah. And fucking gone.
Oh dear.
And then now we have Russell. And Russell is
a Russell Terrier.
Russell is Demery's cat, my sister's cat. And
it's a cat. Okay.
That's the home cat.
Oh.
And then my sister has 2 cats, and then my brother has 4 cats. So I'm the only one without an animal because I refuse.
It's a lot of.
I refuse the responsibility.
It's a lot. It is a lot. Like, do I worry? Nope. I bought like a designer purse thing once that had the face of a cat on the bag.
Yeah.
Specifically so that when I had like one night stands, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd look at the bag and I go, shit, my cats, I have to go home and feed them. Because otherwise sometimes I would forget I have a cat or cats, and then I'd be like, okay, yeah, this is that was way back in the days. Which is why I wore this shirt. So I'm like, I gotta remember to go home.
Yeah. I have to take care of my babies.
Yeah. But are you partial to like the internet cutesy videos, the cute like cat, but do they come across your algorithm?
You see my likes on Instagram. I have a plethora of tastes on Instagram.
Yeah, he's a Renaissance man.
Right. Sometimes I see posts that I like, and then I realize you've already liked them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're like, depraved.
You already beat me. So yeah, I have my list of animals that I want that I feel like I need to move to a different state in order to have them.
Yeah.
Right. And I want a macaque. I want a macaque. The fat face. I just want, the one with the one arm.
Yeah.
I want her. She is.
I wish we'd prepared a slideshow, but
the one who eats.
Yeah.
I would feed that thing till it fucking explodes. All right. There's more. Keep chewing.
It's really bad for the animal. You're hurting. I'm like, they're the ones eating. I'm not force feeding it.
Look, man. As soon as I see that little maw go out, I'm like, you can have whatever you want. Eat it all. Right.
That's how I know I would be if I would spoil my kids.
And my kids would be
kids.
Fat.
I would.
I want fat kids.
And yeah, would I make fun of them for being fat?
No,
because
they're fucking kings and queens.
Perfect the way they are.
Yeah.
No.
I want fat children.
Oh.
Okay, that's a little hard out of context, but
yeah, not in Epstein's America. Okay, no one take that sound clip and just isolate it.
No, I'm the witch from Hansel and Gretel.
Fatten them right up. Fatten them right up. I came up with criteria for like the best animals.
Sure.
I got the idea because I'm going to Edinburgh Fringe this year.
Are you performing?
I am performing
for
3 weeks.
You got your show, huh?
Was
this the announcement that you wanted to make?
I did. I was like, fuck it. No one's going
to. We got 17 views maybe.
Yeah. No, not even. That wasn't on you. I'm like, who am I? Like, let me check with my manager to make sure it's okay.
It'd be like a crowd of people come busting
yeah,
through the door. Like, what?
The lawyer serves me. They're like, you just broke your NDA. You're not allowed
to Edinburgh Fringe, right? No, we haven't sent you the graphics yet.
I know.
Okay.
But there's like so many other shows. I'm going as part of this group, Bitches and Stitches. They were founded in Manila.
I saw your thing.
There's a London version. There's a Hong Kong version. I'm supposed to start an LA version, but just shit happened this year.
Wait,
I'm in no.
You just need a venue. Is that really what it is?
But it would be a venue. It would
just go talk to the Harriet Tubman people.
You think I could just do because it would be it's like queer LGBT.
Yeah, show up for the Monday meeting.
Yeah,
I talked to Brennan about it.
And okay. Actually, that would be really dope. Okay, woo. But we're doing the festival, and people are women are flying from all over the world to join us and do this. There'll be 6 of us, and we got the housing and everything. But
it's like Cat's Eye, but with comedy.
Yeah. We'll be cycled up.
Shit, I've watched occasional videos. I don't like it, but they are on my explore page, just twerking and shit they found in a closet. You ever seen Cat's Eye videos? I don't know what the fuck Korean style is going on right over there.
I've seen, I think 1 or 2 have come across, but yeah, my algorithm's very sad. I mean, it's the kind where you're like, girl, no. I mean, yeah, it's truth, but like, Sudan and the Congo and the Palestine, put it down.
See, okay, actually, I'd like to really broach that with you about Sudan and Congo, because no matter how much I'm inundated with the information, and I've been watching the RSF versus the Congolese National Army versus the Northern
funded by
the Arab Emirates, or it's Qatari money, and then you're like, Israel is doing the cobalt mining thing, and then the diamond mining, and
iPhone. What up?
Where there's the supply chain directly to China and Foxconn, who then produces everything, and then we get the chips from Taiwan, and there's like an international thing. And then I found out a lot of the nickel is made in Indonesia, and because of the lack of oil coming out of the Strait of Hormuz, all the supply chain is now in jeopardy. Anyway, so when I think about Sudan and Congo, Because I even go far back as the African World War that nobody talks about from the late 90s, right? And I think about the disruptions between like Rwanda and Uganda.
I was living in Africa when that was happening. No, I moved to the States from Tanzania. My dad worked for the United Nations. I lived in Dar es Salaam. And I remember being like a million cool should we worry about this? Or no, it's a different part of Africa. Africa's big.
It's a big place, yeah. Oh my God, you are so cool.
We cultured.
Wow, that's cool. All right. Well, we have more conversations.
When I moved to the States, I had a choker with the continent of Africa on it that I would wear all the time. Okay. And I had to get rid of that shit because I realized real quick that like no only people who wore people would be like, what's going on here?
What is this?
Do we need
I love black
this?
men. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Or like she can't do that. I'm like, oh no, I got this in Africa.
I literally am from there. And people are like, sure.
Pick it off.
Sure. Yeah. And you're like, all right.
Okay.
So yeah, I know. I actually was like worked with a bunch of people, like Indian people from Tanzania.
Yeah.
So like it's such a diaspora
That's so
of folks.
wild.
Yeah. And then Zora Mamdani's from there too.
Yeah. Yep.
So crazy. But going back to the African World War.
Zora.
You think so?
No, is it because that was one of the critiques that I've heard against him. Most good stuff, but then like he doesn't stick up for the Palestinians.
No, he literally.
But like, I think that's not.
He was accused of being fucking anti-Semitic because he said the Intifada thing.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah. No, he's had to dial it down for sure
because they're already coming at him for so many.
But he is also maintaining so much shit that's like.
He balanced the New York budget.
So you know why he hasn't been assassinated? Because this is an experiment.
Oh,
this is where the deep state is trying to figure out whether or not progressive agendas really do improve cities.
Yeah, which
they do. The entire time that it's basically spoon feeding us what they're going to do in the larger context of society. Especially since Donald Trump just came back from China and they're going to just be absolutely mind blown with how advanced it is over there.
Did you hear the gift that the president gave him? His parting gift was rose seeds for the rose garden at the White House that no longer exists. True, like top tier level trolling. They're like, here, have these rose seeds for the garden that no longer exists.
Because he bulldozed it and put
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought the level of trolling when he got greeted with children on that really weird walkway.
I thought that was AI. He's no. That was honestly, I was like, it is happening here. And hats off to Iran for all of the Lego. The AI Lego, like they're
so good.
They know more about our history than we do.
Okay, so we broach this because we got to get back to animals. Yes. But just thinking like how the propaganda that's always been in the American zeitgeist is now just so blatantly, and has always been for me at least, but now it's just so hard to justify.
Yeah.
Just because like Pete Hegseth's fucking up and Kash Patel's fucking up. And everybody who's in power just like fucking up so hard. It's really, I think it's because then I think also because of the blatant fucking up and then our ability to critique that in real time, it actually prevents us from doing anything monumentally in terms of change.
Yeah.
Because we're so far removed from the show. The show itself is over in Washington, D.C. We don't have the means to converge on Washington, D.C., to burn it all down. We tried that January 6th, even if it was in the exact opposite of like how partisan I am, right? It was just the other side galvanized to take action. And that was at the hands of one man. And we figured out, I think, as a species, that it only takes one person to start a mob riot like that. And it just depends on how that strength of will and that caricature of that person is presented in order to get the people to do that. So this is an experiment to see if Zoran Mamdani can do the same thing with New York and a microcosm as Donald Trump has done to the entire country by just letting that person who has that populism run that particular place and see where it goes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be completely successful because they could kill him but we know that what he's done so far is working.
Yeah, and most New Yorkers have accepted, are okay with it. We should be welcoming. Although I do know there are like rich. My cousin's husband is like definitely against it, but he's a commercial real estate broker.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of what it is. Yes. Fuck that guy.
And he white.
So, animals. I had my list.
Yeah. Okay. So I have
want
some
a
criteria.
beaver.
I was thinking for intelligence.
I want a beaver.
They're not going extinct, right? They are been harder for them to be around though because like there aren't too many dams, right?
Well, they make the dams.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
they create ecosystems based on damming.
What are they? Marsupials? What are they?
No,
not.
They're North American. They're just rodents.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. They are cute as fuck.
I want an otter.
Yep, with their little favorite pebble and yeah, because
and they hold hands.
Yeah,
they hold hands together. You have to get two.
And they have good chaos potential. That's like you got to have that for animals. A little bit of chaos. Yeah, they hold so they can't drift. And then have you seen the videos of people have them as pets? They're like often very, very needy,
very chill.
Yep. And when the owners try to leave the house, they often cry after them, like because they were sad about them going. What about a capybara? Do you know what those are?
Of course. In comparison between the beaver and the otter, I could have a capybara. It's the same. It's like
it's like if an Ottoman grew.
Yeah,
became sentient.
And they're just super chill. They're super chill.
Also very sociable. Okay, for them, they've been known to casually sunbathe. They're like hella permanently zen. So they've been known to casually sunbathe with birds, monkeys, even apex predators. Right, like they're just diplomats of the animal kingdom.
I could fuck you up, but I'm choosing sunbathe.
Stoner for sure, probably or something. Okay, capybaras.
I was gonna think of. I want a seal.
I do. I did. So I was a swimmer growing up, so I always loved the water. And minus the being attacked by larger predators, seals are so will move through the water so beautifully. And they have fun. You see how happy they are, and they're adept swimmers. And which leads me to I was going to say orca next, which if you were a seal, it sucks.
I mean, keeping it would be ridiculous, but
but I'm talking about best, not for pets. We're talking about just best animals in general, not necessarily to have though. Just I like orcas because they are on the right side of history. They attack billionaires. They're going after the.
What would be crazy to have an enclosure? I wonder if there is a rich oligarch somewhere where they built like an in-ground lake to keep an orca. That would be fucking sick.
Do you think that sounds like something Mark Zuckerberg would do or something that like Elon Musk would do?
I could make a fucking... Because people build tanks, right? And like the SeaWorld tank has got to be insane for an orca, right?
Yeah.
But if you built like a full-on fucking lake, it'd be pretty sick. To have an orca. It would kill everything in that bitch, but like you could have it if you wanted.
You could.
Yeah.
Yeah, you 100% could. And orcas are good because they unionized. They pass down dialects.
Sure.
They pass down hunting traditions, right? Like they're highly intelligent. Are they considered dolphins? They might.
Porpoises?
Yeah, they might be.
Probably the same family, yeah. They're mammals. Yeah, so they would.
Did you watch Free Willy?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and it is scary.
I I mean,
there shouldn't be any more. There shouldn't be any sequels, but I think they got to 4.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, is it a sus choice of name? Could they have gone with like Bert?
Right. They should have said Free
Gary.
Willy.
Free Gary.
It's not Free Willy. It's recidivist. It's repeat offender Willy. All right. That's it. Why you keep getting locked up, bro? I can't leave the streets alone. Like, Willie, why are you going back into jail, Willie? You know, they got me on probation. You know these niggas. Yeah.
That is so good.
Free Willie, why are you going back to jail, bro?
Not very free. He ain't very free, is he?
Listen, they got me. They got me. I didn't do it.
Okay, to be honest, the food is better.
Honestly, 3 hots and a cot. You're like, all right, bro.
Okay, I was gonna go with crow next.
A crow, raven.
Crows, and yeah, I
didn't know what the fuck the difference was, and then I saw, and it's
a raven. Oh my god, a raven is definitely like is a harbinger of death or whatever. You're like, oh yeah, no, he will.
No, but I saw like a really cute one, and like just like I had a little poof on the top of his thing. Crows, I got those motherfuckers.
But you should befriend the crows. It's all scientific research, all facts point to it's a good thing to befriend a crow, and they will protect you. I'll send you videos and stuff of how to do it.
We can experiment with that. No, I'm not anti-crow.
They're part of the.
I'm pro-black no matter what.
Yeah, that's
the animal.
You know, 3 out of my 4 cats are black.
Black. Excuse me. In this household. All right. So I will actually take you up on that, because I have a crow family that's around here somewhere.
They have generational memory. Like if you fuck over a crow, his kids will hate you.
Right. What you do to my daddy?
I love a bitch who holds a grudge.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's fun. Yeah. You have generational beef with crows. The Hatfields and McCoys. Right?
They will specifically.
We've never got along with them crows.
In humans, am I not okay with like passing down generational hate? Absolutely not. That's how racism still survives.
Sure.
But in animals.
They hate them niggas. Yeah. Okay.
Which brings us to my next bird.
Yes.
Pigeons. Very underrated. Always vilified. They were domesticated by humans for centuries.
Yeah.
And then we fucking gave them the veteran treatment and just dumped their asses.
No, they're literally the dial-up version of what we have now. They used to be useful as messengers.
Oh yeah, we engineered them. Engineered them to be the ultimate messenger delivery.
Have you seen?
And then we ghosted their asses. We dumped. We were like,
Have you seen the backflipping pigeons?
No.
Okay, so there's a documentary.
Yeah.
Where in South Central down here, there's a group of people that bred pigeons that backflip in midair.
Stop.
They do flips. The flipping pigeons. There's like a group of they have things where they all get together and they bring their pigeons to go up and fly, and then the pigeons just do backflips.
Like that bar in Santa Monica that has the turtle races.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's these retarded pigeons with genetic backflipping. It's a particular thing that they do. And I saw this at the it was an exhibit at the Central Library in downtown. And you could like watch this documentary, and they're like doing the interviews, being like, yeah, so I've had pigeons for about 30 years. And I remember when they first got here, I was like, is they backflipping in the sky? And so I just started having my own pigeons, and all them niggas backflip now. And it's just like, you could just see them. Like,
they're like the Harlem Globetrotters of birds.
Pigeons. Right? Oh my God, it's got a basketball? You're like, what? Yeah. Doing tricks?
Oh my God. Right. That's actually I'm gonna look that up later.
Pigeons. Yeah.
Will I stop at the dispensary on the way home and buy like indica just so I can go watch that and be like the flipping pigeons?
Flipping pigeons. Fucking nuts. Yeah.
My mom's dying, but the flipping pigeons.
Oh my God. Whatever can take me out of this right now. Yeah. Go for it.
I do feel bad for the pigeons because they really.
Yeah,
people hate them,
mm-hmm.
And they want to just hang out with humans because that's what that's all their DNA knows. Mm-hmm. They're like, just want to give you a message.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
We're like,
and one of them still being like ASL. I'm like, hey, this is not AOL Instant Messenger pigeon. I don't need an AIM pigeon over here. Just comes up. You're like, no. Close the door. Get out of here. Why is pigeon got an away message stapled to its forehead? You're like,
no one ever thinks about the pigeons.
Right.
Poor little things. The one time I went to Paris, that's all. Like they're everywhere. They're just flying at you. It was cigarette smokers and pigeons.
That's cool. Have a lot in common.
Yeah.
You're both lungs are gray, fur is gray, but
a little bit dirty.
A little bit dirty. That's the pigeons. Yeah. Okay.
We have to bring up cats though. Let's say I would be doing myself a disservice if we don't talk about cats.
Yes.
Because they domesticated themselves.
Yes.
See how we domesticated pigeons? Cats domesticated themselves. They figured out that humans with their grains attract rice. I mean, attract mice.
Rats.
Mice. Yeah, I was good. Yeah. And so they're like, we're just gonna come inside and hang out with you guys, and just like
the cat and dog and horse, right? Is the animal and cow and sheep and goat and pig.
All of the Chinese zodiac.
Well, just the domestication process of like how we as a species are able then to rise up these populations and manipulate these populations to resemble things in our own image that we prefer, right? And I think cats they have free will.
Yeah.
All the other animals are bred for usage in ways that we can, like dogs for protection or horses for utility. Cats are the only thing we're like, nah, I'm gonna do what I want, right?
Which is why that thing exists where they say, like cats teach consent, and the people who don't like cats are like often the ones who are like, mine doesn't like me.
Right. The thing is, though, I won't keep a cat if I can't snuggle it. Yeah. All right. Like I need one of the cats that I got, who my ex-girlfriend has now had since 2015. We broke up. Biscuit, that's his name. I found Biscuit in front of one of my jobs in Albany, and it just walked up to me and was like, meow. And I was like,
it's mine.
And I was like, yeah, you're coming home with me. So I put him in my backpack and rode my bike.
But he chose you.
Yeah. And he was like, meow. And I was like, yes. So I just put him in the bag, brought him to the crib, and she's raised him. She still posts pictures of him because he's getting kind of weak.
Yeah.
I may hit her up about going to go see him before he dies.
Yeah.
But she's doing this whole thing now of like, we're cool.
Yeah,
like,
amicable.
Amicable, yeah, but I'm not sure. She's been, I don't know. She's on this whole health and fitness thing. I'm too fat. I feel bad. I don't want to talk to her. I'm prepared to talk to her.
I'll come see the dying cat. I just gotta get. I gotta get yoked.
I gotta get yoked
before this. Yeah,
because I feel insecure if I go out.
You sign up for a trainer, and they ask you like your fitness goals, but also like why? Yeah, what are you hoping?
I want to see my cat.
So yeah, my old cat's dying. I want to go see it, but I have to look good.
Because who wants to look like a fat shit?
Gonna write vanity.
Yeah. Who does not want to I don't want to make my ex feel right in her head. All right. I want to feel like she's missing out. Because the last time I wasn't doing too well when we talked.
Part of the glow up is revenge body.
Yeah, I need to do that. She looks great. All right.
That was a good thing about back to the grief and sad thing was going to stay with my parents to take care of them. They sold the house and moved into a condo that was closer to the hospital. But I hate admitting that there were any good sides to it. But the condo they moved to had a amazing outdoor swimming pool and a gym that I would just in the mornings go and just
your mom can't use it.
Shade, I know. And I'm like,
can.
I need serotonin or endorphins. Let's, and like,
go
so
swim and go work out.
I was exercising 3 hours a day, and the fucking, I was like, just because, but then, it is a lot. And I think it was to just not have to think about things. Now, were there times where I was crying at the gym? 100%. 100%.
Get to that third rep and you're like, I think I'm running away from something.
But like low-key, that just keeps people away from you. It's like,
which is
great.
Great.
Oh, you don't want to use this machine?
No.
Okay, I'll just only.
Nope, I'm gonna crotch sweat the shit out of this one. All right, I'm gonna have to go get the paper towels before you notice that I put a bunch of sweat from my fucking pelvis over here.
It would be remiss to not mention dogs after mentioning cats.
Sure.
Although,
I remember. I don't know if you remember the time when I was married with my ex-wife, who was a dog walker.
Oh, okay.
Right, and she also did comedy. That was another thing. But I did not look forward to having to wake up and walk the dogs every morning. I get it, but that was just something you just had to do, is walk the dogs.
Yeah, it is good in that they like forces you to.
But who wants to be forced to do anything? All right, that's what I'm saying.
You've never been with women.
I know.
Or conversely, as a woman, I've been with men in bed, and so who I don't want to be forced to do stuff. No, wait, it's a good dark.
Jesus Christ,
dark,
marital R word.
Yeah.
Okay. Get into the core of this.
Dogs. Yeah, dogs are good too.
Dogs are, at least dogs don't R word you.
Yeah. I heard a really good. I just love really good jokes, well-written jokes. But I heard a really good one about cats. Going back to the cats recently, I went to the Netflix is a joke Flight of the Conchords show.
Oh, okay.
I fucking love Flight of the Conchords. They're just love that show. They've always just held a special place in my heart. And they brought out, as the opener to warm the crowd up, they had the opening comedian was the guy who plays their employer on the show, their friend Arj. He runs like the electronics store, but I didn't know he did stand up. And he had a bit where he was like, if ancient Egyptians lived in modern times, were alive today, there would be no ancient Egypt. There would be no pyramids. He's like, because those fuckers would be on their phones the whole time because they fucking love cats. I butcher. He said it much nicer. That is such a good.
It's a good bit.
It is a good bit.
It's such a good bit,
and it's true, and it's universal, and it's clean, and it's like cute.
Yeah, well written bits. There's a new guy, Tom Fox.
Oh,
he's great. I'm gonna try to get him on one of my.
Tom Fox. Where does he hail from?
I don't know. I think he used to be a commercial actor, and he's just getting into stand up.
American.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but brilliant. I think I'll say just on his Instagram alone, like just 2 bits.
Yeah.
Like he has another one that he's been doing lately. That's like, I want to write like that.
Yeah,
like,
I love. I
so good.
Yeah.
I'll send you 2 of his bits.
The problem with people named Fox is if you ever go to their homes,
they're built like dens.
That's really good. But there's there's a lot of Fox stuff around. Yeah, they really lean into the name.
Right. Why are you doing the trot right now?
I mean, I said, but my last name is Brown, and it's most of my furniture at home.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fun.
I live in shit.
Look at my den.
I live in shit.
With 4 cats, sure.
Yeah. Elephants.
Okay. Elephants. Okay. I don't want to do the girl thing and go to Thailand for that, but there's a series on I think Disney Plus about elephants, and there's different species even of African elephants based on the habitat, like the desert elephants versus jungle elephants versus savanna elephants.
You can tell the difference.
Mountain elephants, but
Asian
the geography builds their own culture, and you realize animals could inhabit everywhere that we do, and there's certain animals that could be multi-environmental based on wherever they are.
Yeah.
Which makes me think of like woolly mammoths being then conditional to Arctic environments. And like then you think about the spread of humanity and us being able to, a spread of humanity and us killing everything in our path, literally. All the species of really cool things that could have existed, we don't even know. They had Asian lions, right? Like there could have been other cool species of shit, like an Iranian lion. Imagine
the
that
dodo
shit.
bird. If you've ever seen like you're like,
but then I saw a video talking about just white people killed everything, and you're like, okay, I get that, because all the other races of people were able to exist in harmony with their local environment without destroying the numbers to such a degree. Yeah.
Not to get, but like the Palisades fires.
Yeah.
Large chunk reason why it got so bad is because they, the white rich people, when you move in there, they landscaped the shit out of it and put pretty plants and got rid of the indigenous plants that, guess what, are there for a reason.
Right.
Are there to help stop
fires.
The burn, to slow the burn.
Yeah, because they're filled in fucking with moisture.
Oh my God. And I return to an LA where Spencer Pratt is making a comeback as a mayoral. What is happening, Brennan? Save us.
Okay, look, that's not going to be my job.
Speaking of animals,
Spencer Pratt. Okay, so you give, I think, even if your feed is very sad, I think you deep down believe that humanity can be good.
I do. Absolutely do. I absolutely
don't. I don't. I have a firm belief that if it's already cruel and brutal and evil, it can be worse. Like I think that anything that we've been shown there's no bottom. There's no floor. There is no low.
We're only like, it's the tip of the iceberg, just scratching the surface.
No. Infinite horror is possible. And I just can't see like any other I can't see any other solution, right? And when I think about change, I always think about forces that have to feed, right? You can only give energy to a force if you want it to get better, right? Or if you want to improve, or if you want it to actually have meaning. It has to feed on something, whether that's somebody's insecurities, whether that's harvesting capital like money or energy. It has to feed, because then people have to will it to happen. And that's what I think like the Republicans, conservatives, whatever, are more successful, because hate is a fuel. Right.
Yeah.
And
it's a hell of a uniter, like a unifying.
It's easier to have an antithesis than an actual thesis.
Yeah.
It's easier to dislike something than it is to want something of your own. And there's no unity on the left precisely for that reason, because there's different goals. And there's also no burden that, for instance, how racists view Black people as a burden. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And even if we look at conservatives as an impediment to our equality or equanimity in society, you could just be like, they could just easily dismiss us because they don't need that. They don't need to be accepted. Their white supremacy exists anyway.
White supremacy works.
Right. It just exists on it itself. Yeah. And there's rules and survival of the fittest and Darwinism and like all of these outdated beliefs, and they do not believe whatsoever that they should be held accountable for their whiteness. Yeah. And thinking about change and the need to feed, I think that until it gets to a point where they're shooting us openly in the streets, which already is happening, but at mass scale, then there'll be some galvanization. But as of right now, I don't think there's the ingredients that really will let people take the means of production and fight for their own right to survive, because we're not at that point yet. I
can't. It's like it's definitely the Filipino side of me, but like the indomitable Filipino spirit. When you go to the Philippines and you see how destitute and how bad things are for so many people, and how little they have, and how things keep getting taken away, and corruption runs rampant in the government, and they're the ones paying for prices for it. Yet they're so cheerful and optimistic. Like it makes me feel so bad because I'm like, I have so much more than all of these people. And yeah, I go going through my own personal hell, but like it's a timely and necessary reminder sometimes that you're like, you just have to, as cheesy as that sounds, just like be present, be happy with what you fucking have, and then or try to at least find whatever joy you can make out of your current situation, because things will probably get worse and could get worse. And all we can cling to are these moments of, joy between, and cling to the pets and the cuddles and the cats and
that's it.
And call your mom, guys. Call your mom.
You don't have a lot of time left. It goes fast.
It
goes very fast. So we did it.
We got through it. I'm trying, and we got a little bit more philosophical than I was thinking we would get for a Saturday.
But that's always nice.
I'm glad we took those mushrooms beforehand.
Did we? I mean, I have little gummies upstairs. All right. So thank you so much for coming.
Anytime. This is your pleasure to talk to, and you just you get it. You just get it. So I would love to come back anytime.
Sick. We'll have multiple episodes, and I have a whole bunch of other things to talk about with you after we get done. Okay, bye.
Bye. Follow us. That was nice, dude. I didn't cry. Didn't need tissues.